There's been a change up at DC. You're not treated well by Warner Brothers, and though, thank God we got Zack Snyder's Justice League, because
oh my gosh,
that is it's a masterpiece. I watch that goddamn thing all the time. I love it. So we've heard some things, and everyone's kind of they blurted it out, and they're pulling back a little bit. Is this all just much ado about nothing? Is it a possibility you might be reintegrated back into that world?
Well, as far as I know, which is very little, I'm doing my thing, and haven't had anyone give me a call or anything. So I'm just wishing them all the best and hoping that they make some cool movies.
Okay, because your stamp is across that whole, the SnyderVerse.
And then when I saw Henry Cavill enter into the Black Adam world, I was like, oh, I hope this means more for Zack.
Well, I mean, I'm glad that I have your guys' support. That's very kind.
I'll write a letter for you if you want.
I mean, hey.
Yes.
Can't hurt. But, the truth be told, I'm having an amazing time making this giant movie that I'm working on, and I couldn't be happier. So I really wish them all the best.
Zach,
you mentioned your dream with James Gunn and Peter Safran. I saw James post Lobo. Are those two?
Did he really?
He posted a photo of Lobo.
Show me.
He posted a photo of Lobo on Mastodon to say, I'm on this app too, with a tease of Lobo. Is your statement and his post connected at all? Fair enough.
Well, everyone knows I'm a comic book fan, and so the comic that I collect the most, and I have every comic there is, you can do your research and find out what it is.
What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on the future of DC films as a whole. So, I get asked this question every single day. Yo, Warstu, what about the SnyderVerse? When is the SnyderVerse returning? When is Zack Snyder returning? Is Zack Snyder returning? And I'm always hesitant to make a video like this because we were right before any other outlet, before any other YouTube channel, when I said Zack Snyder's Justice League will come out on HBO Max. I said it before any other YouTube channel, and you guys hate me saying it. I also said Ben Affleck would return for additional scenes in Zack's movie like he did. I also said Ben would be in the Flash movie just like he did. And I just always said that Batfleck was not finished. So I don't care what you say or what you think. I am one of the most reliable channels when it comes to getting the real information out there. And if stories change, they can change. But my standpoint has always been the same. The SnyderVerse can return and will return. It's not a case of if, it's a case of when. Not if. This video is not sponsored by Monster Energy, but if anyone wants to sponsor the channel who works at Monster Energy, just hit me up. So, yo, what is freaking good, YouTube? Warstu here. If you are new around, and make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel, DC, pop culture-based content that we try to do on a daily basis. If you could subscribe to the channel, let me know down below. Is the Maestro coming back? Is Zack Snyder coming back? Because he said to Henry Drizzle, a.k.a. Henry Cavill, a.k.a. Superman, I can't wait to work with you again, Henry Cavill. Oh my God, is this an exclusive? Is Henry Cavill confirming? Is Zack Snyder confirming there's something going on behind the scenes and Henry Cavill is really going to be in Rebel Moon? No, is he directing Man of Steel 2? It could literally be anything. And also, if you could, check us out on Instagram, @Warstu, to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. And also check us out on Twitter, WarstuG. And no, don't be one of these people that are not think it. Twitter is closing the offices for the weekend. A bunch of staff have left. Elon Musk will literally just hire a bunch of new staff if he needs to. So, Twitter is not going anywhere. Like the SnyderVerse is not going anywhere. Did you see that transition, guys? So, let's break down. Is the SnyderVerse returning? And will the Maestro Zack Snyder return? So, recently, Henry Cavill did a talk where he spoke about how and when they shot his 2-second clip for Black Adam. And he spoke about it. And then Zack Snyder had a message for him talking about what it was like to first get in the suit. And then he was like, yo, Henry Drizzle, I can't wait to work with you again. And then Zack's on a talk show, a radio show. And he goes, oh, well, I've not had the call. And everyone's like, yo, but they don't call people. They email people. Yes, they do email people after a phone call. And people are like, yo, But Toby and Andrew said they weren't in the movie. Andrew said he wasn't the werewolf. I don't think this is the same situation. So as we know, Rebel Moon is going to be freaking amazing. We know this already. It's on Netflix. So realistically, if Zack Snyder is going to return, it can't happen to 2024. Anyway, that's not up for discussion, lads and ladette. Not up for discussion. He can't return till then. But what is fascinating is the Flash movie is basically Justice League 2.0. Yeah, I know. Hopefully they will get rid of the Flash in that movie because we don't like the Flash of that movie. And you guys keep going, but Ezra's done nothing wrong. It's nothing to do with what Ezra's done outside of his professional work movie life. I just don't think he's good in the role. It's nothing to do with the external facts, guys. I just don't think it's anything to do with that. So yesterday, the internet went up in, I don't know, something happened yesterday. And Joe Manganiello tweeted at Zack Snyder, "Thank you for everything, Zack, to many more fun adventures." So Zack put up a post in dedication to his daughter Autumn, used to sign everything with this quote, "The goal is not to live forever, but to create something that does. All of you who made Justice League real, honor her." And then Joe Manganiello posted back to this. As we know, Joe Manganiello is supposed to be Deathstroke in the DC universe, which was formerly called the DC Extended Universe. So after this post, everyone thinks this is a winky face behind the camera that, yes, the Ben Affleck has signed on for a trilogy and signed on for 25 movies and is going to be Batman for the next 10 years, which he's only 50. Realistically, he could go to 70. Warner Bros. Had a plan to have Michael Keaton, a 70-year-old man, be Bruce Wayne at least for the next 5 to 10 years. That was their plan. And we don't know what the plan is at the moment, as we know. Michael Keaton is still supposed to be in the Flash movie with a prominent role. And Batman Beyond, setting all that up, old man Bruce Wayne, it would have been cool. But we're not going to get 4 Batmans. Okay, cool. But in this Flash movie, there's at least going to be 2. So, everything is there for the Snyderverse to return. Oh my God. There's a reference to Zack Snyder's Justice League right at the start of the movie that everyone's known about for the last year. Yeah, there is. But that doesn't mean Zack Snyder's returning. Of course, that's going to be canon. They either had to go with the Sweden cut or Zack's cut. And they're not going to go with the Sweden cut because the backlash on Twitter, well, saying that, a bunch of morons think that Twitter's going somewhere just based on nothing. So you're telling me that Elon Musk is going to spend $45 billion? SpaceX, Tesla, they were not built overnight. PayPal, they were not built overnight. Yes, sure, he bought Twitter when it was in financial deficit, I suppose you could say. 400 million users. Everyone keeps saying they're going to leave. Yeah, Elon Musk just said the engagement and the all-time record users of Twitter has never been higher. So it's not going anywhere. Just like the Snyderverse continuity is not going anywhere. Henry Cavill is coming back. Man of Steel 2 is going to have to be set after Man of Steel 1, although a bunch of wannabe Scoobs keep going, yeah, it's a massive reboot and they're cutting out the Zod fight. It's never, ever going to have happened. That was the original plan from Warner Bros., from the Ann Cerner, from the Walter Hamada, from the Toby Emmerich. God, I nearly put Warstu name in there. I say that so loosely. God, I'm glad I didn't. So in the Flash movie, originally, it was going to be Sasha Calle Supergirl having some kind of fight with Fiora and some kind of fight with Zod. Zod versus Superman Henry Cavill is one of the, scrap it, is the greatest fight in comic book movie history ever. Let me know down below if you disagree because you're just wrong. So they were supposed to erase that scene. And when, I guess, Superman, baby Superman, like Superboy, I guess at the time, was coming down from Krypton, he was going to be killed or exploded or some variance that was going to happen. So as we know, that was kind of setting up Zod being gone with in the case scenario of Man of Steel, because obviously he broke his neck. But in this case, allegedly, Zod was going to be left in the Phantom Zone instead. So what happens there? I don't know. But the continuity, it's still going to be Snyderverse-based continuity. So when people ask me on a daily basis, is the Snyderverse returning? Is Zack Snyder returning? I truly believe, and this is not based on any outside, inside information, that it will return. I just don't know when. Because if you remember, I was like, yo, lads and ladettes, the Snyderverse is coming back. We're getting Zack Snyder Justice League movie. I promise you. And I did promise you guys, and I was right. But one thing that I don't really like is a lot of people are like, yo, Warstu, you didn't say it first. You didn't. I was like, go back on the YouTube channel. I kept freaking saying it. And not only did I say it, I had details, and I said it on HBO Max as well. I also spoke about the Green Lantern scene that got deleted. I told you guys so much inside information. And back then, around the release of that movie, Ben Affleck was on the table to come back and do some kind of Batman project with Warner Bros. So when I hear all this stuff coming out about, we've got the exclusive Ben Affleck signed on for the trilogy, I'm thinking, okay, so you're just telling me that the alleged Batman movie that was supposed to be started production by now or a long time ago, there's still ideas there? Cool. It's just an old story that's kind of still somewhat could be true. So is the Snyderverse going to return? I believe it somewhat will return in the form of the new DC universe in a roundabout way with Pete Safran and James Gunn. Because what Zack set up still has to happen, or somewhat happen, because whatever this plan is going to have to be, it's going to have to implement Aquaman 2, it's going to have to implement Shazam, Fury of the Gods, and I've seen some very misleading information going around about Shazam, Fury of the Gods. Now, we've already done a video on that, about the plot leak and this very misleading information. I do find it funny when people get information wrong. So, it appears a plot point of the movie revolves around bad girls trying to bring back Zeus. No, that's false. I mean, I did a plot video on Shazam 2, so go look there. It's literally nothing to do with Zeus at all. It's just the baddies of that movie, I guess you could say, trying to seek revenge, pretty much, and that's it. They're not trying to bring back Zeus. Why would they try? That doesn't make a narrative. Oh, because Gal Gadot Wonder Woman's in it. No, still doesn't make a narrative standpoint. Like I said, we did a video on the Shazam 2. Information that came from a very credible insider that's not actually an insider, that's got so much right in the past, multiple movies to a T, and I believe that information. So, is the Snyderverse returning? I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it is. This is more of a kind of topic point video, but I think whatever the overall plan is with James Gunn and Pete Safran, James Gunn is a Snyder fanboy. They freaking love Snyder. Everyone loves freaking Snyder. Everyone's on that Snyder train. Twitter's trending. Twitter's shut down. But also bring back Zack Snyder's trending as well. So when people are like, yeah, Twitter's shutting down is trending. Okay, so is make the Batfleck movies trending. Warstu's not trending. Sadly, I don't want to trend ever. But the funny thing here is, okay, Twitter's shutting down, but bring back Zack Snyder has more tweets than Twitter's shutting down. That's because people were idiots thinking Twitter's shutting down. Like, serious lads, it's not. So I think overall, whatever the plan is, I think Darkseid will still be in play. It's just going to have to be a longer-winded version of that, because it's either going to build up to something like World's Finest or Infinite on Crisis Earth, because either way, whatever they were planning to set up in the Flash movie, yes, I know that was under Walter Hamada, is they can't realistically change the whole narrative of that movie. They can change bits here and there, bring Superman in, bring Warstu in, and all that kind of stuff, but they can't, they didn't reshoot the whole movie. They reshot parts of a movie. Now, I know there's a lot of fake news and a lot of people throwing darts and MickeyMouse.com, throwing out everything. But the problem is when you throw out everything is it makes you less credible, because you're literally throwing everything out there. And when you're not putting it out there as a rumor or a theory, but when you've actually got the cojones to say exclusive, and when the exclusive is wrong, you don't come out and go, yeah, information changes. Information changes all the time. But when people make up stuff, information can't change. So I guess it is what it is. Somewhat Zack Snyder continuity will always be in a roundabout way there, because he casted everyone that's currently still there. Momoa got excited about something recently. Is he working with a maestro? Is he working with Zack Snyder? Is he working with I don't know. What? Okay, I really need to stop adding myself into these kind of when I start talking. But I freestyle stuff. So as far as we know here on the channel, Snyderverse is returning because it didn't go anywhere. So this cohesive plan is going to happen without rebooting the universe, essentially. So this is why the Snyderverse is, in theory, not going anywhere, because this cohesive plan evolves around Henry Cavill Superman, Gal Gadot Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Jason Momoa. We don't know anything about Ray Fisher. Ezra Miller is coupled. He's cut him. He's out of here. Ben Affleck Batman's back for now. And the old Aquaman situation. I don't know when Aquaman 2's set. I know that Batfleck's supposed to get lost in time at the end of the movie, and he does like a reverse BVS where he's like, oh, Barry Allen, we need your help. And I don't know what's going to happen. Aquaman 2 could still be set before the Flash movie. I mean, freaking hell, Black Widow came out after she died in Endgame, Infinity War. So it is what it is. We need to see more Apocalypton people. We need to see more of the new gods. But either way, the continuity, whatever was set up, if this alleged scene is about the events of what happened in Zack Snyder Justice League movie, if they do talk about it, and I've spoke to a bunch of people at Test Screener, and they basically said, yeah, to some degree, that is correct. Now, if they go with that somewhat degree is correct, then Darkseid's already here and everything is already set up, and everything I've been telling you for the longest time here on the YouTube channel at Warstu, I'm not going to say I told you so, because I've got so much stuff right that I don't need to keep saying that. You hear me, you feel me. So likewise, guys, let me know. Do you think the new DC universe is going to be a culmination of Zack Snyder's vision and the new vision going forward? But from what everyone understands, David Zaslav's actually a supporter of Zack Snyder. So the fact that we're getting this Elseworld Joaquin Phoenix Joker 2 with a bigger budget than the first movie, because let's be honest, Walter Hamada didn't actually want to even greenlight that, but that literally got greenlit and made $1 billion. Then we have the Robert Pattinson second movie, The Batman. Matt Reeves has signed a new first look deal, which literally means he's going to at least get a few more movies in that universe. So why not throw Zack Snyder Justice League 2 and 3 into the mix? Because we all know that Ben Affleck Batman was going to die and sacrifice himself anyway, but the new storyboards would be completely different. So, like always, guys, let me know. What do you think down below? Did Joe Manganiello confirm that he's working with Zack? Well, he's actually working with Zack on another project, which isn't even DCU related. And we know that already. But if you follow Zack, you'd already know that. So, like always, guys, let me know everything you think down below. Is the SnyderVerse returning? No, it's not, because it didn't even go anywhere. But you know what some people are like. You need to spin your narrative, but it is what it is. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. Check us out on Twitter, Warstu, and I will catch you in another video. But first, guys, please subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and let me know what you want me to do next. I will be covering a lot more Marvel while still keeping the DC content grounded. So like always, guys, I'll catch you in another video very soon. Catch you later.